It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Out come the Commanders to begin their first series, and they'll be led by a fifth-round rookie out of UNC, Sam Howell.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. They'll go again with Gibson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Yeah, they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. A handoff running left is Gibson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Howell, that's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way, in particular to him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings. Just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Sly able to put this one through, and it's 3-0 Washington. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here's Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Oh, he shifts past him. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run with Robinson.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Gibson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
Gibson again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of a tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, yeah, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 48-yard line. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect. And he executed so well.
Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here. Because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now they go play action with Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 34 yards.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Ooh, with a juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Now throwing on 1st down here.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 35 yards.
And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1 they struggled. Quarter 2 here they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's the option going right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here, a back and forth 1st half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drill.
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Patrick Queen able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on. Looks like somebody's ready to begin the regular season, skipping over halftime here in the final game of the preseason. 3rd quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. That's taken in by Duvernay. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Jackson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. On first down, Howell. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
David Ojabo from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson.
Quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Jackson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll go play action. Howell. That one complete out to Dotson.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Tackle there by Michael Pierce.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Back to throw, Howell. Throw right side, complete to Dotson.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll start by running the option to the right. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Tucker's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense and more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves. And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Wentz on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Going to be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start the drive with Drake. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 53 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through. If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles? You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
To throw, Huntley. Looking deep for Hilton. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. They're way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. Wentz now to throw. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Robinson on a give right side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz.
A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Got a man. It's Brown. And able to
get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz.
That one caught by the tight end Bates. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now remember now, no overtime in the preseason. Though a touchdown and an extra point on this drive could make that conversation moot.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground with Drake.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Huntley.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Blake Martinez. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wentz.
His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. Taken down at the 28-yard line. Wentz.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bates.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
To throw is Wentz. Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw, Wentz.
And he'll go underneath with this one to McKissick.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead.
Completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. One final try now for Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
They came so close, Charles, they would knock it on